reports on CPP activities with the support of CDMP.
Cyclone, the most devastating disaster of Bangladesh, is situated in the northeastern part of South Asia subcontinent. Surrounded by India, almost all along the land area towards north, east and the west. Only a small portion of land area is bordered by Myanmar, but in the south, the Bay of Bengal. Bangladesh, the highest population density is recorded in the world with about 837 inhabitants per square kilometer. Land per capita, Bangladesh 26 decimal, while China 200 decimal, India 80 decimal, USA 830 decimal, which one of the major hazards of Bangladesh is limited land area and enormous population. For this region, more people lives in the most cyclonic vulnerable risk area. The total land area of Bangladesh is lying in the delta of the greatest river of Ganges, Brahmaputra Meghna at the foothills of Himalayas and Burmese mountain. The delta intersects the complex river network of 230 rivers. Major hazards in Bangladesh are flood, tidal surge, tsunamis, cyclone, drought, earthquake, diversion of Bangladesh water by upstream country. In October 1960, cyclone with wind 160 km per hour causes loss of 3,000 people at Noakhali area. May 1961, cyclone with the wind 144 kps causes loss of life 11 people at coastal region. May 1963, cyclone with wind 200 km per hour causes of life 11,520 people at Cox's Bazar. May 1965, cyclone with wind 210 km per hour causes of life 19 people at Cox's Bazar. November 1970, cyclone with the wind 185 km per hour causes of life 5 lakhs people at Bhola and Noakhali. After this severe cyclone in 1970, by the request of United Nations, Cyclone Preparedness Program was established in 1972 with the help of the then League of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies. After 1 year, the League of Red Cross decided to withdraw the program and proposed Bangladesh Red Crescent Society BDRCS to continue the program. BDRCS denied continuing the program, considering the vulnerability of the coastal people of the importance of the program. The father of nation, the then Prime Minister Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the leader with the mission selective power, showed his brilliant foresightness and came forward and took a responsibility of the program on 1st July 1973. CPP is only program in the field level of early warning system which is consistent on 49,365. Out of these, 32,910 is male and 16,455 female. Volunteers in 3,291 units at 322 unions of 40 upazila in 7 zones of 13 coastal districts of Bangladesh. For maintaining a high level of efficiency, the volunteers might be known cyclone and its behavior, warning signals and their dissemination, evacuation, sheltering, rescue, first aid, relief operation. CPP officers and some efficient trained volunteers are conducting training. Due to following causes, for long time, CPP failed to provide mass training and equipment to the volunteer. From the very beginning, Bangladesh government is supposed to support CPP for running the program with recurring expenditure. And from 1973 to 2015, in every fiscal year, Bangladesh government spent from regular revenue budget total taka 59 crore 11 lakhs 80,837, while CPP did not receive any fund from Bangladesh Red Crescent Society's revenue side. Though it was supposed to decide that support from training, equipment and communication etc., all kinds of operational expenditure will be borne by Bangladesh Red Crescent Society. However, CPP volunteers have not received volunteers gear, equipment and mass training like disaster management, search and rescue as well as first aid kits for the long time. As a result, the spirit of the volunteerism and their capacity was reducing day by day. After the devastation of cyclone of 1991, CPP got a lot of assistance from IFRC through BDRCS for volunteers training, volunteers gear, equipments, wireless network, etc. For operational expenditure, which calculated around 8,87,79,357 taka up to 1997. Support from the IFRC was decreasing gradually and the support almost closed in 2004. Again, the years of 2010 to 2011, CPP got some assistance from American Red Cross through BDRCS, which unfortunately stopped on the midway before the completion of the agreement. Realizing the situation of CPP as well as lack of support of BDRCS, government came forward to support on the operational side. After 33 years of CPP in 2008, government took decision to take a new shape of cyclone preparedness program by giving the responsibility of Director Admin, a joint secretary in additional charge from Ministry of Food and Disaster Management. Later on posted on deputation a deputy secretary as Director Admin CPP since 2010. The CPP volunteers and officers got new life and moved under the proper guidance of Director Admin. On 23rd June 2009, the Secretary Ministry of Food and Disaster Management gave a decision to support to CPP activities from CDMP in a meeting. It is remarkable feelings and satisfaction for the first time CPP signed MOU with other organizations like CDMP to assist CPP volunteers on 5 August 2009 at Secretariat's conference room. According to the MOU, the following activities has been completed. Organized CPP officers and Upazila team leaders taught on search and rescue. Day-long refreshers training among 38,600 volunteers of CPP 32 Upazila have been completed. Upazila Disaster Management Committee members of 37 Upazila and CPP Union Team Leader Day-long workshop has been completed. Organized 3 large demonstrations at Kolapara, Teknap and Ramgoti Upazila. Selected 6,540 volunteers, provided them orientation among ILA-affected 5 upazilas such as Dakop, Koira, Ashashuni, Shamnagar and Mongla. In total 47 union and 436 units almost formed the 436 unit, 47 union and 5 upazila committees. By CDMP fund, the CPP activities ran properly and completed on duly. CDMP, UNDP and other international donor agencies appreciated the CPP activities. As a result, CDMP come forward to support CPP again and MOU and financial agreement signed by Director Admin CPP and National Project Director CDMP on 23rd December 2010, which amended on 21st May 2013 and 23rd August 2015. Duration has been finalized from 23rd December 2010 to 30th September 2015 and the following activities have been completed. Organized CPP officers and Upazila team leaders taught on disaster management. Provided 3 days basic training among newly selected 6,540 volunteers in 146 training center of 5 Upazila. Provided 3 days first aid training to 1,308 first aid group volunteers and 436 unit team leader in 50 training center of 5 upazilas. Provided 3 days search and rescue training to 1,308 search and rescue group volunteers and 436 unit team leader in 50 training center of 5 upazilas. Provided 2 days leadership training to 436 in 11 training center of 5 upazila. Provided 3 days wireless operator and maintenance training of VSF wireless operator of 5 upazila. Organized 5 large demonstration at Mongla, Dakop, Koira, Shamnagar and Ashashuni upazila. Three-minute demonstration at Dakop, Koira and Shamnagar upazila and CDMP requested for the interest of international donor agencies 7-minute demonstration at Sutarkhali Dakop, Chilamongla, Sutarkhali Dakop, Nalton Bogra, Khorushkul, Cox's Bazar, Sutarkhali Dakop and Borishal. Organized 15 folk song at Mongla, Dakop, Koira, Shamnagar and Ashashoni Upojela. Printed a good practice of CPP 1,800 pieces CPP books. Organized UDMC member and CPP unit team leader and female volunteers drilling workshop at 47 Union Porishad of 5 Upojela. Procured training materials for CPP. Interactive web-based development. Organized one evaluation workshop and retreat assessment of needs of existing 32 Upojela. Organized research and management orientation workshop of all volunteers in expanded 5 Upojela. Organized 5 workshop of Upojela Disaster Management Committee member and union team leader in 5 Upojela level. Organized 15 daily at Mongla, Dakop, Koira, Shamnagar and Ashashoni Upojela. Purchase 1 journal, 5 Upojela and 47 union office furniture and office equipments. Arrange 60 union committee meeting and 10 Upojela committee meeting at 5 Upojela. 5 Upojela level officers received from CDMP and supplied distributed among the volunteers and installed properly the following volunteers gear, equipments, wireless set, accessories and necessary goods.
Volunteer gears.
Hard hat 6,540 pieces. Raincoat 6,540 pieces. Gumboot 6,540 pairs. CPP vest 6,540 pieces. Life jacket 6,540 pieces. Life buoys 2,300 pieces.
Volunteers equipments.
Super megaphone 436 pieces. Siren 436 pieces. Radio 436 pieces. Signal flag 3,924 pieces. First aid kits 1,308 pieces. Rescue kits 1,308 pieces.
Wireless sets and accessories.
ASF wireless sets 6 sets. ASF wireless antenna 6 pieces. BSF wireless sets 21 sets. BSF wireless antenna 21 pieces. Wireless antenna mast 21 pieces.
Necessary goods.
Signal flag mast 897 pieces. Again, a financial agreement signed between CDMP2 and CPP on 11 October 2013, revised on 18 December 2014, and following existing CPP 6 Upojela such as Ramgoti, Hatia, Shondip, Bashkhali, Moheshkhali and Teknaf Upojela, supported by CDMP2 has been completed. Taught of CPP officers on skill development training, 4 days skill development training of 9,465 volunteers at 6 Upojela. Our event average 45 volunteers. 6 workshop of Upojela Disaster Management Committee member and CPP Union team leader. 10 workshop of UDMC member and unit team leader. 2 rally, 6 field demonstration. Two folk song, CPP books printing, CPP poster and leaflet printing. The most of Upojelas, the respective member of parliament, the deputy commissioner, the Upojela Porishad chairman, the Upojela Nirbhay officer and Upojela district level officer and Ministry of Disaster Management and Relief, CDMP, UNDP representatives and other donor agencies visited the training venue, performed as a guest lecturer, and they appreciated the CPP activities and the CPP training. They showed their satisfaction. Though the lots of various problems of cyclone preparedness program CPP have been suffering from very beginning, but CPP is playing vital role at disaster management field. After formulation of CPP till today from 1973 to 2015, a total 256 depression formed in Bay of Bengal.
Such as after the formulation of CPP, the following depression and casualty mentioned below.
Out of this depression, 67 weekends, 43 crossed Bangladesh coast, 124 crossed Indian coast, 17 crossed Burma coast, 5 crossed Sri Lanka coast. CPP volunteers performed their significant role in each depression as per their responsibilities.
Needs of CPP. Volunteer training, gears and equipments.
We aware that CPP is working by 3,291 units, consisted of 49,365 volunteers in 322 union of 40 upazila of 13 coastal districts. But the present Honorable Prime Minister followed her father's dream and looks forward to enhance the scope and sectors of the CPP. She gave a dictation to extend the CPP activities towards the potential disaster of earthquake. By her intelligent foresightness, she asked the CPP volunteers to be trained to rescue the urban areas if any earthquake strikes. Moreover, to develop the integrated disaster management system, the Honorable Prime Minister asked to extend the CPP activities into another 393 units, which will be included with the existing 3,291 units of the coastal areas of Bangladesh. Presently, CPP status increasing totally 55,260 volunteers in 3,684 units of 322 unions under 40 upazila in 7 zones of 13 coastal districts of Bangladesh. Considering the circumstances, Bangladesh government come forward instead of Bangladesh Red Crescent Society with the support of Comprehensive Disaster Management Program CDMP, Climate Change Trust Fund, PCI Bangladesh and other organizations, Ministry of Disaster Management and Relief succeeded to complete the large number of volunteers training.
Needs volunteers gears and equipment. For the rest, volunteers are given below.
Volunteers gear and equipment: hard hat, raincoat, gumboot, CPP vest, life jacket, identity card, life buoys, super megaphone, siren, radio, bicycle, signal flag, first aid kits, rescue kits, signal flag mast. It will need 40 crore 87 lakh 37,100 taka.
Needs volunteers training. For the rest, volunteers are given below.
Volunteers training: 4 days skill development training, 3 days first aid training, 3 days search and rescue training, 3 days shelter management training, 2 days relief distribution training, 3 days leadership training, 3 days earthquake training, 3 days wireless operator and maintenance training. 37 crore 5 lakh 54,400 taka will be needed.
Needs to expansion of CPP command area.
Expansion at Betagi, Babna, Mirzaganj, Baufal, Bhandaria, Hizla, Mehendiganj, Borishal Shodor, Boitagata, Paikgacha, Tala, Moralganj, Jianagar, Raipur and Potenga. Total 118 union and 1,062 units, around volunteer 15,930.
Needs to enhance public awareness activities by the CPP.
The most vital responsibility of CPP is to create public awareness about the cyclonic storm and the duties of the CPP volunteers among the coastal community. A view to reduce the loss of life and wealth is focal point of awareness building program of CPP. If the community is not informed about the CPP activities, volunteers' duties, the objectives of the program will not be achieved. Demonstrations, posters, leaflets and folk song are also a part of public awareness building activities. Community leaders and various sectors professionals need to know the volunteers' activities and the ways to cope the survive in the severe situation by the community. To minimize the loss of life and damage wealth, following public awareness activities to be introduced.
Needs public awareness activities.
Awareness activities are hazard mat preparing, household meeting, folk song, field demonstration, union level and upazila level, rally, union level and upazila level, drama, documentary film making and documentary film show. 6 crore 3 lakh 18,000 taka will be needed.
Needs capacity building of communities multi-sector by 2 days training.
Training and workshop of community. Imam Muazzin, college, school, madrasa teacher, GO, NGO officials and elected representatives, fishermen, shelter management committee, local elites. Total taka 18 crore 83 lakh 70,000 will be needed.
Needs capacity building of communities multi-sector by day-long workshop.
Workshop for Union Disaster Management Committees member and CPP unit team leader, Upojila Disaster Management Committees member and CPP union team leader, District Disaster Management Committees member and CPP officers and Upojila team leader. Total taka 1 crore 35,000 will be needed.
Needs capacity building of communities multi-sector by orientation.
Are primary school students, school madrasa students, college and senior madrasa students, shelter management committees. Total taka 83 lakh 72,000 will be needed.
2 million posters, leaflets and booklets need to be prepared courtier by female volunteers. Needs to administrative decision, officers and staff related.
Approved and urgently implicated of CPP status, service rule, CPP organogram, CPP monogram, recruitment of vacant post, appointed as a regular staffs of temporary night guards, VSF operator at Upojila office, promotion of CPP deputy director and staffs volunteers unit, unions Upojila and zonal level meeting or reorganizational activities, operational expenditure by government.
CPP institutional capacity related.
Renovation work for multipurpose uses of CPP own office at Sudaram and Sonagaji Upojila and Borishar zonal office. Extend the suitable position existing or build cyclone shelter with 2 or 3 additional rooms for CPP 7 zonal, 40 Upojila and 322 union level administrative offices or storerooms. Increase number of Mujib Killa and maintained by CPP. Government orders can be issued to spend 2% of ADP allocation for the coastal Upojila of CPP volunteers affairs.
CPP volunteers welfare related.
Ensure increasing CPP development fund and CPP volunteers welfare fund. Created danger phase fund. Select 7 best volunteer each from 7 zone and arrange award with abroad training. Arrange study scholarship, daughters, marriage and female health facilities for volunteers family member. First aid group female volunteer may provide higher training and equipment so that he or she can serve as midways on complicated delivery cases. Volunteers Welfare Trust, insurance policy, treatment facilities, retirement, a crest or certificate. Annual sports, picnic, debate incorporate the social welfare or development activities. Coastal embankment or forest security involvement. Awarded for the dedicated volunteers family. Arranging abroad training volunteers and officials.
Needs to logistic support decisions.
Multimedia projector, whiteboard for training, 100 billboards, provide a new pickup, establish training and research wing for CPP.
Comments on submission represented by Mohammad Ruhul Amin, Deputy Director CPP Chittagong and Program Coordinator CPP CDMP.
With the kind order in a meeting, Secretary, Ministry of Food and Disaster Management, I prepared the priority list of CPP needs, terms of reference, draft copy of Memorandum of Understanding MOU and Financial Agreement, organized signing ceremony. As per the Memorandum of Understanding MOU, signed by CDMP and CPP, it was indicated that a program coordinator from the existing CPP officials will be assigned for the program. The program coordinator will mainly be responsible for implementing the activities in the field level as well as he will keep contact with CDMP as and when needed. Moreover, he will provide monthly progress report and bill voucher to CDMP. I, the Deputy Director of CPP Chittagong, served as a program coordinator of CPP and CDMP project from 5 August 2009 to 30 September 2015. So, myself, Ruhul Amin, Deputy Director CPP and Program Coordinator CPP CDMP, described the program activities report by the Comprehensive Disaster Management Program CDMP of the Government of Bangladesh is being implemented by the Ministry of Disaster Management and Relief and is supported by UNDP, UK8, the European Union, Sweden, Australian Government's Overseas Aid Program, AUS-8, and Norwegian Embassy, and needs of CPP on behalf of Director Admin CPP following the kind instruction of Secretary, Ministry of Disaster Management and Relief.